Hello guys, I'd like to go over to this week's safety meeting. It's for week 8-6 through 8-12, and what we're going to be talking about today is not very lengthy, but got a little bit to cover. First, it wants to talk about preventing rear collisions. It's a Badger Safety Talk. It says each year U.S. and Canada experience an estimated 2 million rear-end collisions, resulting in 600,000 people injured and 2,000 fatalities. How to avoid rear collision. Maintain a safe following distance, and that means at least like 4 seconds. So test your distance. Choose an object on or near the road ahead of you as a fixed reference point. As soon as the rear of the vehicle in front of you passes that object, start counting the seconds off. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, etc. and so on. If you pass the object before reaching the count of 4, then you're obviously following too closely. If another vehicle cuts into your space cushion, readjust your following distance and back off. Increase your following distance when conditions change. Be less than 4 seconds. Greater than 4 seconds. And that would mean if you would run into conditions such as slippery roads, driving in low visibility areas, being tailgated, following a large vehicle that obstructs your view, following a vehicle that may stop you frequently, or tapping the brakes continuously. As always, beware of your surroundings. Check your mirrors frequently. Stay out of the other driver's blind spots. Look ahead to allow yourself some time to prepare for all conditions. Leave yourself an out. Be predictable. Slow down gradually. Use turn signals and plenty of time to turn. Avoid distractions at all times. This means no cell phone usage, reading maps, eating, etc. Since you can't predict what other drivers may do, be prepared and use these tips to keep a space cushion, quote unquote, around your vehicle and to give you more time and options to react if unexpected movements or situations should occur. Be professional, drive defensively, and prevent rear collisions. Okay, that was pretty much that. This month's monthly newsletter, it talks about the regional rankings, near miss frequency per operator. The Ohio Valley region is 29.5, which is 5,611. So we rank higher than our other regions. It starts out at 29.5, which is us, down to 12.2. The recordable rate ranking for the Ohio Valley region is still 0.00, which is wonderful. It's fantastic. Vehicle accident rate. We run about mid-range as we have been. We're 5.52, the highest being 15.92 and the lowest being 3.48. Incident-free days, Ohio Valley, we have 38 so far. On this monthly newsletter, we have to mention remembering the Smith system, the 5 keys. I know a lot of you haven't had the training yet, but I understand that that's down the road. Brian is supposed to come back and get us all through that soon. So anyway, key number 1 is aim high in your steering. That means look ahead for a minimum of 15 seconds. Key 2, get the big picture, 4-second minimum following distance. Scan at least one of your mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds. Key number 3, keep your eyes moving. Avoid focusing on any one object for more than 2 seconds. Key 4, leave yourself an out. Surround yourself with space. And key 5, make sure that they see you. Seek eye contact. So, incident trend for defensive driving year to date, it looks like the biggest issues so far have been with forward motion and passing. The next would be backing. Obviously, there's a lot of backing incidents, so we need to be careful when we're backing up. Especially with these large units and stuff, it'd be best if we would have a spotter there to help us back up so that we don't run into anything. The next looks like it's rear collision. The next is lane merge or lane change. And then the last 2% is intersection. We are in our peak business season. Focus on new hire training and BBOs. 2017, 60% of our recordables are the first year employees. 50% are 0 to 6 month employees. 2018, 67% of recordables are first year employees. 47% are of 0 to 6 month employees. So with that being said, I know we've had some turnover here. We've got some new people that are in. So ones that are been here longer and be more experienced, mentor those newer guys, help them out, help them get acclimated, help them learn the ropes, show them the safety ways of doing things out there in the field that, it doesn't create the potential for somebody to get hurt. It's going to take a little while for them to get all acclimated up to where they're, really comfortable and able to do their position well. Monthly safety recap, CBT, the environmental now available. We need to get everybody through that. I think we're supposed to get everybody through that before September, or by September 1, Paula said. I'm not sure. So we got a little bit of time, but we need to start working on those, and we'll get with you guys here soon, either Jay or I or Spanky, and get that information to you so you'll be able to get that taken care of. Smith system training, we talked about that already, so we're going to be doing that soon. It's your stop work authority, and that's the monthly safety video flyer. I have not seen that. If I see that, if I find that, I'll try to get that out to you guys as well. But I think everybody knows what the stop work authority is. You have the right to stop work if you feel that there's an unsafe condition that could create physical bodily harm or damage to equipment or properties, to you or your coworker, so forth. And so you have the right to stop work if you feel that it's unsafe, and make sure that you do so. Nobody will be holding anything against you. Make safety personal. We got the coloring contest. There's probably been some packets been mailed out to your house, and they're having a little coloring contest, and they have different age groups. I think it's just one of their ways of trying to do something fun to kind of bring everybody together. And there will be some really nice prizes, as I understand. There could be some iPads, maybe Xboxes, maybe PlayStation 4s, and so forth. And they're going to do it by different age groups and stuff as well. So just want to let you know that. BOLs and FLRAs utilized company-wide. I think everybody's doing a good job with the FLRAs. The mentor training program, we're going to try to get all that back going like it's supposed to be going here, and get everything all lined out. Health and well-being. You got your back to school health tips, 4 tips for parents. Focus on nutrition, well-balanced meals, help children learn, know the risks their school-aged child may face, complete medical evaluations, make sleep a priority, get 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night, establish sleep rituals, and regularly bedtime hours. Partner in your child's education, health, and wellness, get involved with their school activities. Down here at the bottom, it talks a little bit about building a greener Badger. Environmental awareness CBT training is now available. We also talked about that, so we'll get everybody through that soon. Recycling. Recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away in the trash and turning them into new products. Recycling can benefit your community and your environment. Benefits of recycling: it reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills and incinerators, conserves natural resources such as timber, water, and minerals, prevents pollution by reducing the need to collect raw materials, and saves energy. Okay, last page of this here is safety. Good catch, near miss, Vancouver. It's a story. Working solo today. We have a heat wave warning. It's very hot out. I started to get a headache, and my mouth was very dry. I stopped work, told my site contact I needed a break to get rehydrated. We took a break and slammed some water, sat in the shade, and got to remember to drink lots of water. Carlisle, Hydrovac, numerous contractors gathering around the work area with no earplugs or safety glasses. There was potential for serious injury. We were working with an extension to expose a water line. When we finished and we were rigging it in, we removed the clamp, and it opened up and nearly struck the coworker in the face. It could have injured my coworker because the extension was angled so that we could reach the clamp. When the clamp released, the tube dropped, and I lost control of the clamp. Stopped work, made them aware of the hazards, and had them sign off on FLRA, no chance of recurrence. Mobile, Alabama. It says I was working on a site today where we had to wear FRs, and it's been getting quite hot here, so I observed one of my coworkers sweating quite profusely. I asked him if he was okay. He said he felt okay. I asked him to take a break, and I will dig for him, bring some water. Cool as possible outcomes to this. He could have been developing a heat related issue. Resolution: to pay attention to your coworkers, drink plenty of water, and take breaks when it's extremely hot. Michigan. Was trenching along Michigan Avenue when I had to dig underneath the road about 3 feet, which was directly between my drive axle and my steer tires. I pointed out to the customer that I would have to drive over this and an undermined section of the road at some point. So they had me stop digging and move the truck forward so I could dig off the back of the truck with having my tires over the excavation, which would have been closer than 3 feet to the edge of the hole anyway. Always stop work whenever possible if you see any incoming danger, and try to mitigate any hazards before they happen. Incident shares. Line of fire. Operator was using a pry bar trying to get a piece of plywood out of a hole so a patch in the road could be fixed. Pry bar slipped off the wood, came back at the operator, struck him in the mouth. Small abrasion on the upper right lip and chipped the bottom of the right side of his tooth. How to prevent these types of incidents. When using a tool, make sure that it's the tool, right tool. Never pull towards your body. Make sure the direction of the tool or object will not project toward your body or other objects. Evaluate the steps needed to do the work safely. Position your body away from being in the line of fire. Slip, trips, and falls. Employee stumbled on uneven ground, rolled an ankle, causing a small fracture. How to prevent these types of incidents. Be aware of all kinds of uneven surfaces. Pay close attention to where you are about to walk. Never walk where your eyes haven't seen. Maintain proper housekeeping, and always be aware of your surroundings. Remember, best operator, best try. Okay, and that's all we have there for the safety meeting and so forth is concerned. A couple other things that I'd like to talk about would be the monthly maintenance forms. You know, we put out a notice a couple times here recently about the monthly maintenance forms in the trucks, and we need to be getting back into the habit of doing those and turning those in on a monthly basis. We would like to have those collected by the first Friday of each month. So please be doing these as you go through the month and you're out there in the field. Just take a few minutes to fill these out and work on them as you're going through, and then you won't have to worry about it. They'll be done at the time the first of the month rolls around. I also want to reiterate about you know, getting your stuff out of the trucks. Everything is constantly changing here. You know, new clients call in, we have to move people around. So it could change where you're going to be 4 or 5 times. So just don't assume that you're going to be in the same place the next day and leave all your stuff in the truck. Make sure that you get it out, because you may be changing jobs the next day. Calling after hours, guys, by all means, you know, if you absolutely need me and it's important, don't hesitate to give me a call. But I am getting tons of calls after hours on stuff that is not that important, that could wait till the next day. For instance, yesterday I went back and I counted, I had 90 some phone calls, and that doesn't count all the emails and all the texts that I had. So guys, it's very busy for me, and just try to take consideration, you know, that if it's not that important, then it can wait. Please do so. Make it wait till the next day. That'll sure help me out. Let's see, near misses. We need you guys to step up, getting the near misses and getting them turned into us. I know that our area is low on that, and we need to get that stepped up, you know, because they monitor them, they're looking at them. You know, I've been asked to get more of them turned in, so help me out in getting those turned in as well. Communication. I know sometimes, you know, even before I came here, that one of the biggest complaints was communication, and as I get further into this, I'm noticing that it is very difficult to keep up with all the communication that is needed. You know, I'm doing my very best to get some more resources in here. We got the new office. We got Jay here now as ops support, and then we've bumped Spanky up as the operations manager. And it's been difficult to get Spanky out of the field because we've been so low on manpower. But it's a work in progress, and we're getting there one step at a time. But back to communication, I do my very best to make sure that I can communicate with everybody. But I'm constantly so interrupted that oftentimes I think I did it, and I may have not, because I've been interrupted. So anyway, just bear with me as we get through this. Like I said, if you do have a question, make sure that you don't hesitate to call me, so you do know for sure. But I'm doing as best I can, so hang in there with me. The Smith system, we talked about that a little bit. We do have some stickers in here that was sent to us from corporate. They're supposed to be in each one of the vehicles, big trucks and the pickup trucks. They're supposed to go up in the left-hand corner of your windshield, and I'm putting them in there. Spanky's putting them in there. We're putting them in there as we can, and we're marking them off that they are in there. So just be looking for that, because soon we'll have a sticker up there in the corner of your vehicle's windshield as well. OQs, we had Brian come down. He was here day before yesterday. We knocked out a few guys here in the Huntington office, and then he went up to Pennsboro and he knocked out a few more. So the majority of our people now have OQs. So it shouldn't be an issue with us now trying to get people into these places to work and that they're qualified. Little issue, we'll talk about a job that we were working on the Greenup Dam that Spanky's been working on. We've been asked to excavate to a depth of 35 to 40 feet. And of course this is new to me, and come to find out this is pretty uncommon for hydro excavation. And what happened is we got excavating down so low that the pipes on the bottom got stuck, and they ultimately pulled apart. So they were stuck down in there, and we had to rent a backhoe and get some ropes and this and that and the other to try to pull those out and get them out of there, which we did successfully. But point being, in the procedures it says if you're digging at a depth of 20 feet or more, that we should probably be using some kind of mechanical means of raising and lowering of the dig tubes. And I would also encourage maybe taking a heavy rope and half hitching again around each section at the joints. That way, if it should happen to pull apart, that rope would keep them together and we'd be able to lift them out. So just keep that in mind in the future if we're doing an excavation into greater than a depth of 20 feet. As y'all know, Tyler and Gabriel left. Yesterday was their last day at 8/7, and we were already shorthanded, but now we are shorthanded more, knowing that lost one really experienced person and an upcoming operator too. So back to the drawing board on trying to get some more people in here and trying to get them trained up and try to get some more butts in the seats so we can take advantage of the revenue that we're giving away and that we're losing because we just don't have enough people. So once I send this out, I would like for each one of you to respond back that you got it. That way I can check you off and that you've reviewed and you've got your safety material for the month or the week of what I said it was 8/6 to 8/12. By me doing this, it doesn't give you a chance to be able to discuss anything. So if there's anything that I talked about on here that you would like to discuss, feel free to contact me, and that's what we can do. We can talk about it. Thanks, and make sure that you all stay safe out there. Have a great day. Bye.